Hello, this is Natalie with Pause and Paint. Today I want to invite you to paint this with me. It's a very pretty watercolor treatment, and I'm going to tell you 3 reasons why, even though you don't think you can paint this with me, you'd totally be able to do this. Number 1 reason you'll be able to do this: I'm not using watercolors. These are acrylics. So a lot easier to control and really have fun with the paints. The second reason that you'll be able to paint this with me is because I'm giving you a stencil so you can trace your outline, and yeah, it's gonna look just like this. The third reason why you'll be able to paint this is because you can leave some of the details out and make it a little bit more of a simple painting, and it's gonna look just as beautiful. So come on, grab your paint, your brushes, and let's paint. So here is what we're going to need to paint blue horses today. We have our acrylic paints. I have white, yellow, I have a cool blue, burnt sienna, I have 2 reds. I have a cool red and a bright red. I'm using a large, medium, and a small brush. For details of the numbers and the brand I'm using, just refer to the description below. So I have my cup of water, spray bottle, I have paper towels, of course, and this is a piece of tracing paper right here. I have my board. It's a 9x12 canvas board. Your stencil that you print, you have the link in the description below. So our first step today is to trace our blue horses onto our canvas. I'm using a red pen, and I'm just gonna go over every single line. I'm pressing hard enough so that I have nice dark outlines. Before you remove your stencil and tracing paper, don't remove anything yet. Just lift your pages and just make sure all the lines are there. So the first step of my painting is to add a little water to some white. And I want to cover my entire canvas with a nice white coat of paint. Just up and down. It doesn't really matter. Your brush strokes can be sideways. We just want to cover the entire surface. Okay, you can pause and wait for this to dry for about 5 minutes. So our canvas is not entirely dry. We just waited about 5 minutes, and we're gonna add a little bit of blue to our painting now. So this is our cool blue. You're gonna use your medium brush and bring just a little bit of blue in the middle. Grab a little bit of white. I would say about equal amount. I just want to dip my brush with a tiny bit of yellow, not too much, and a little bit more white. I want to lighten it up a little bit. Here we go. So light to medium blue with a hint of yellow to warm it up. Now let's bring about 4 drops of water, or what you can do is use your spray bottle and just add a little bit of water. So now we're gonna add blue in this area right now. Since our canvas is not entirely dry, you're gonna pick up some of that white. So we're just adding the blue in this area in between the horse's ears. This is the center horse. This is the horse on the left side, and this is his ear right here. So this blue is right here. I'm going up and down with my brush strokes. So it's creating this shape right here. With the same blue, I'm just going to do the top of the canvas right here, which is in between the horse ears, the middle horse ears. Again, I'm picking up some of that white from the background, and it's giving me a nice lighter tone. Okay, now I'm going to do this shape right here. So this is where the center horse mane is, and it kind of merges with the horse on the right side. Like both their manes are kind of merging. So I'm just going to add the blue in this area right here. So I'm adding a little water to my color and a little bit more white. So we have one shade lighter. I'm going to add this lighter blue underneath the eye right here. Kind of just a very flowy brush stroke like this. Adding a little bit more water, and I'm going to add the tip of the nose right here. I'm just going to do the shape right here, so you can contour or go right over this area, the nose right here. So we painted the nose without doing the bottom of the mouth. I'm adding a little bit of blue right here. So we have our blue here on the top in the center there. Now I'm going to add the blue. It's almost the same shade, and that's quite all right. Now I'm going to add the blue on the right side of the nose of the horse on the left, and kind of bring it up all the way up to underneath the mouth right here, and bring it down with flowy brush strokes. So now what we're going to do is take our spray bottle, and we want to make some drips. We want this to flow and bring some nice dripping motion all the way down. A little bit more. So after we spray the blue paint in these areas to create the drips, we wait about 10 minutes until the whole surface is nice and dry, so we can do our next step. So this is the original, and our next step is going to be creating a little bit of a darker blue to do some outline. So let's do that now. We're going to create a little bit of a purple, darker blue. So just wet your medium brush and grab some pure blue, bring it aside with just a little bit of the bright red. Mix that together. gonna add about 5 drops of water, or just spray some water with your spray bottle. So we're just creating this nice darker blue. We want it nice and fluid. We mix the paint with this medium brush, but we're actually going to use our small brush to create some of the outline. I'm going to start with the ear of my center horse, and I'm just going to start creating those nice lines that you traced from your stencil. Just go over all the lines, add a little bit more water if you need to, and keep your brush nice and clean, nice and pointy. I'm going to do this part right here. You should still be able to see your guidelines. So I really like how this is coming along. I'm going to create a little bit more of a watercolor area right here, the same as I did with this blue. I think this right here should be pretty much the same shade as we have up here. So and I'm just gonna fill this area right here and then spray with my water. So I just add the color first. And just spray. Now I'm going to be creating a darker blue for the eyes. So I'm doing a purple, dark purple blue. Just gonna mix this cool red with some of the blue that we've just mixed. It's almost like an eggplant color. I really like that for the detailing of the eyes. Again, I'm using my small brush. And I'm going to go over the eyes. Keep your brush nice and pointy, nice and small at the tip. Our horse has eyelashes. There we go. We're going to create the nostrils. A little bit more blue. Just add the paint inside there. Don't forget your guidelines. So this area right here has a kind of a very light purple, as well as right here. So we're going to create a purple and add some purple here and in the middle of these two horses, and just kind of bring some purple. Then we'll add some red, end up with some yellow, finish up with the white. So now to create our purple, we're just going to use some of this cool red, bring some aside, add a little bit of our blue, and bring some water, about 5 drops. We're still treating our acrylics as watercolors, but what's really cool about using acrylics like watercolors is that when it dries, it's gonna keep the value of the color. It's not gonna get any lighter. Our colors are gonna stay nice and deep. So this is our purple, and I'm just gonna add again a little bit more water and a touch of white. I'm using my small brush. I still want to add some water. Maybe add a little bit more red to it. That's good. Now a little bit more purple right here in between these two horses. I'm just creating dimension and more texturing right here between the center horse and the right horse. Kind of in between like this. Nice and flowy brush strokes. I'm going to spray a little bit right here. There we go. So next we're going to create this red. It's the bright red on the mouth. Some here detailing on the right side of our canvas. We're going to put some red in the mane of the horses. We're using bright red. I have a little bit of blue in there, but that's okay. I might use a tiny bit of yellow in there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's put our red paint right here. Doing a little bit around the nostril. There we go. Here, nose. I'm using some red inside here just to brighten up the horse mane. Adding a little bit more paint. It's kind of transparent. Let's just make it a little bit brighter. Here we are. I like this. So with our medium brush, we're going to grab some of that bright red and create a brush stroke right here on the right side. So I don't want this brush stroke too strong. So with a paper towel, I'm just going to remove some of the paint with light touches like this. One more time. And maybe spray a little water. Then the next step is our yellow. So our chrome yellow with a small brush. Grab some of that yellow. I'm just going to paint quite a bit of this area. The transparency of the yellow over the blue is really cool. So it's okay to go over some of the blue. I'm adding yellow underneath the center horse. I'm adding quite a bit of yellow right here on my center horse, contouring the eye. And I'm going to also define the nose a little bit. There you go. Love those yellow touches. Now I want to add some more white, the pure white right here. I'm going to add it to the nose of my left horse. I'm adding thick coats. There we go, I want some texture. Some more white right here. A little bit of white to define the nose. Again with my small brush, I'm going to put little dots of white in their eyes. Not this one, right up here at the bottom. A little bit more right here. Let's make this one shine too. It's okay to add more white inside their mane. Even though we do have a coat of white underneath it all, it's okay to come back and just do some touches. I'm going to add some touches of white right here as well. Not too much. A little bit more white right here. So I just took a tiny bit of burnt sienna and mixed it with my dark blue just to create a darker shade. This is the darkest shade of my painting, so I don't want to add too much of this. I just want to add just a little bit of the darker blue that I just created to the nostrils. Maybe outline a little bit of the nose, not too much, just to kind of define it a little bit more. You can do a touch up here around the ear. A tiny bit right here as well. Defining the shape of the nose right here. You don't need to add too much. This dark color kind of helps with the contrast, and I like that. White is always the last touches that I add to my paintings, so I'm just adding a little bit of white touches here and there. So we're done with our painting. If you want to really know if you're done, take a few steps back and look at your paintings for a few minutes, and you'll know. You'll see if you have a few areas that you'd like to touch up. But as far as my painting right now, I'm pretty happy with it. So we're gonna sign our artwork and say goodbye. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed painting blue horses today with me. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment on how you liked it. What was your favorite part? How easy was it for you? How was it hard? Was it difficult? I really want to know how you did with your painting. Please share this tutorial if you feel like someone could use a nice relaxing hour in their day, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. I have weekly painting tutorials, and I'm just always happy to answer your questions about painting, about anything you'd like to chat. So I'll see you in my next video. Until then, stay creative.